Right now in the workshop, you will hear Mr. Jakub Stanasiuk, AEC Design Poland, and title ACC Connect, Plan Digital Structure as You Like It. Very warm welcome to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jakub Stanasiuk, and I am a BIM manager in AFC Design, and today, AEC Design, and today I'll have the pleasure to tell you how to facilitate communication and project management at the stage of implementation. Before I start, I would like to make you familiar with some information about the company, AEC Design. We have been offering our services for almost 22 years, both domestically as well as abroad. We are partner of Autodesk and HB, authorized training center and center of certification. We have a specialization of architect, product design, manufacturing, and as the first ones in Poland, Autodesk construction specialty. We implement BIM methodology in organizations. We create BIM requirements, and we support clients during implementation, offering the BIM manager service, and during work we train, advise, and support sales of software and equipment, hardware. Talking to the customers, all the time we hear about challenges they face every day. Construction sector is well known from low margins. Based on studies worldwide, profit in this sector is only 5.5%. So even smallest error may result in the fact that the project will not be profitable. Projects become more and more complex, and time schedules are getting shorter. So nothing strange that companies face delays. The data information is very strongly protected. Many of them are simply unusable because they are not used. And studies in the market prove that it is more and more difficult to find employees. Teams implementing projects are also more and more distributed, dispersed. And studies prove that only 18% companies consequently use cloud services or mobile applications to obtain access to project data. Many of those challenges result in uncertainty and risk in the sector. About 80% engineering and construction companies believe that risk related to projects is increasing. Let's thus analyze 6 issues which may help us fulfill these challenges. In order to start having successes, you do not need to tackle all of them at once. Sometimes it is enough to implement 1 or 2 of them in order to see the outcome, the effect. Facilitating the work, you can better plan work and cooperation between sectors, which leads to less delays, and if problems arise, we can solve them clearly faster and better. One source of work, so documentation management system. Often during construction, teams work on outdated documentation, which in consequence leads to costly modifications. Working on one version of documentation from one source, teams may reduce the amount of errors. Combination of 2D information with 3D model will help understand better how individual components are installed, as well as to easier identify possible collisions. Thanks to increased accuracy of data, teams can better plan their projects. Having most up-to-date data, teams find it easier to understand whether projects are being implemented with a delay or if they are exceeding the budget allowance. And thanks to standardization on one platform, teams can work more efficiently. In each project, process of reporting comments or documentation will be similar. Finally, digitalization. Thanks to digitalization, we can get rid of gaps in conveying messages, information among teams. All aspects mentioned before can be implemented in Autodesk Build service. This service is supporting teams, projects, companies, the mutually interrelated way, and it provides each team member with appropriate tools necessary to do the work and to cooperate with other individuals, at the same time supporting digitalization of tasks and centralized data processing. It allows managing all project documents in one place in order to make certain that all team members are working based on the latest data set. Finally, we have the constant insight in the project. We can quickly draw conclusions from the data and problems from the site and respond to them much faster. The possibilities mentioned earlier do not end on Autodesk Build. Autodesk Build is part of Autodesk Construction Cloud, which combines data processes in all life cycle of the building. Autodesk is part of the platform and is also in other docs, plays the role of platform of data exchange. Apart from sharing data, it enables analysis, acceptance of documentation, and it is dedicated to all participants of investment process. BIM Collaborate enables combining many models into one multi-sectoral model, and based on this, carrying out analysis of collisions in the cloud. In Collaborate Pro gives the possibility to co-share and read data prepared by various project teams from the level of the cloud in software like Civil 3D or Revit. Takeoff allows to create setups based on flat documentation and team models. Whereas about functionality of Autodesk Build, you will hear later on in my presentation. Let's now analyze the Autodesk Build functions which support individual implementation processes. Let's start from documentation management. Processes which we can specify here is controlling documentation, managing versions, and process of approval of documents. Structured process of documentation gives us a certainty that each and every member of the team has always got access to up-to-date data. Documentation of the team elaborated in CVD 3D or Revit can be easily made available in the platform. During importing PDF functions in the platform allow automatically allocate names to documents in accordance with information included in the drawing table. Then we can move on to analysis of documentation and placing a reference on drawings, reference to other sheets. Users may be searching for files interesting for them based on the name of the file or additional attributes. Apart from the possibility to analyze documentation itself, we also have access to other files used at the site. We also have a possibility to review models, BIM models, including reading information from individual components. Automatic allocating versions to documentation allows or helps co-sharing the data. New version is created each and every time when a new file of the same name is being created. Users may easily compare various versions of documents through color coding of differences between versions. In order to send files for approval, we use reviews function. It allows us to select own paths of approval, which automate and speed up the whole process. After launching approval, consecutive people being on this path have the possibility to analyze documentation, add comments, markups, and creating issues. Whereas an individual being at the end of that path has the possibility to allocate the status of approval of the documentation. Having concluded the process, we have the possibility to export a report, including all information placed by people being on the path. Next important process is quality management, comprising managing comments and quality control with the use of control lists. Effective comments control is important in quality control. Users have a possibility to define own category of notifications, and in drawing 2D or model of BIM, and additional attributes can be attached to notifications, and people get automatic notification of such comment. After that, we can right away start introducing modifications in our project, give a response, and change the status of the notification of the comment. Tracing of all comments is possible from the level of digital register, where authorized people can filter comments and read information about such comments. Appropriate planning is one of the first steps to ensure quality. For this purpose, teams can be preparing templates of control lists using built-in functionality, or import PDF template used in the organization. We can define the way of adding to the list people who are authorized to add to the list, and add any questions or responses to the list, or even enforce a signature. Those completed lists can be selected and sent to appointed individuals. Users, when adding, can add photos, problems, or files to the list. The next benefit of the list is the possibility to add to them from the level of mobile applications. Users go through individual items on the list, give answers, and in case of lack of compliance in any of the items, they have a possibility to create a problem, attach a photo to the comment directly from the site. The function of comments and control lists can be also used to manage safety at site. The first step can include planning of safety at site, starting from elaborating templates, which later can be used for doing inspections or trainings. Templates can be created from scratch on the platform. We can also import company templates, which can later on be expanded, like the form. Templates elaborated like this can be then passed on to further projects. Elaborated templates can next be used at site, or from a mobile application we can add to information in the form during the work health and safety inspection. When adding to the form, we can do notifications, add photographs and comments in order to better describe the problem. Forms and control lists may also be used during work health and safety training, thanks to which we will have the certainty that we have discussed all issues significant for the given task. We can also raise comments, allocate people to situations notified of, or inform of potentially dangerous situations. Autodesk Build also supports the process of managing projects. During implementation of every project, so-called RFI appears, so inquiry. In Build we can create them, creating information, adding files or photographs. With RFI we can attach appropriate allocation in the drawing, And addressees of the questions have the possibility to add references, comments placed in the documentation.
All RI files can be located in one register where you can easily modify them, manage them, or get information. If the need be to modify the project or to change the documentation, the changes can be directly clearly indicated on the drawings. When the reply is provided or the stakeholders are notified about the response, and we have information about the full history of the inquiry. Build also allows you to carry out more official acceptance process of the documentation. In this case, the approval process is linked with a specification items, and you can add some more information. The responsible party, the party responsible for sending the documentation, gets a notification and can attach documents requiring acceptance. People responsible for approval can review the attached files, change the status of approval. And when the documents files are approved, they are available for other team members. From the mobile application level, you can filter approvals, and you can review the attached documentation. Forms can also be used for passing daily reports from the site. When you select individual template, you can add information on weather, which is automatically downloaded from the weather forecast service. So you can add on types or volume of works, or you can also attach photos from the site. When the facility is completed, there is commissioning. And Build allows you to create some resources which can be monitored in the implementation phase to track implementation, and when in operation to have the review of resources, and when there need be to carry out inspection or report a problem. And the resources can be quickly and easily imported to the platform with download function. And first of all, you need to download the template. You need to add some necessary information, and then you can import it. Build allows you also to assign to resources information on their status on site, and to define additional attributes and assign them to individual categories of assets. With the fact that Build is based on a CDE platform, it is easy to get access to all the information needed, like machine equipment, documents, training documents, user manuals, or warranty documents. All this information can be easily assigned to individual resources imported to the platform. We not only have signs, but we also can assign control lists, forms, photos, or assets reports. This allows you to connect them with the processes on the platform to be able to save information, the full information of the resource. The mobile application with the possibility of scanning of QR codes and barcodes located on the pieces of equipment allows you also quickly to access data on this piece of equipment, and also allows you to make a report on individual asset. And quick passing of information on defects to people responsible for solving those can quickly improve solving of the problem. And inspection of machines can be also carried out with previously discussed forms. The ACC platform allows you also to analyze all the data gathered in individual modules. With creation of dashboard, the teams have a quick view into the situation on site. They can track progress of projects, quickly go to important aspects, review and filter recent activities, or analyze required actions to be completed by the users, and have information on the level of synchronization of the mobile application with the platform by the users. Team members, except for view in their own dashboard, they can also have view for team dashboards. Creating a dashboard from scratch, you can invite other users to observe it, or you can add interesting information, or even the information from other platforms having integration with Autodesk Construction Cloud. And the dashboard can be saved when the tabs sequence is defined. And the management can view dashboards from different projects. They can analyze data, and if need be, they can concentrate their attention to individual tasks or projects. And any time, you can also create a report based on the predefined template. You define the report form. Optionally, you can filter data, and you can define on how to sort, and finally, you generate your report. When the report is generated, you can download it or send it, or even you can plan creation or sending reports of individual reports. If you want to analyze your data in Power BI, you can plan the frequency of the sending data and ensure any people in our organization to take decisions based on the analysis carried out in Power BI. These are informed decisions. With this analysis can also be displayed on a dashboard on a platform. Autodesk Construction Cloud facilitates management of your accounts and the projects. On the platform, you can create a new project based on predefined templates. This allows you to maintain the same standards throughout the organization. For each project, you can invite new users and assign to them individual rights to folders, files, or to reports. It is also worth mentioning that for the project can be joined by other people from outside of the team if they have licensed Autodesk Construction Cloud. ACCE platform allows easy and intuitive navigation between the modules. Moreover, shared files or reports will be visible in all the modules without the need to move from one module to another. So you not only can navigate among modules, but you can also easily go from one project to another based on Autodesk Construction Cloud. And you can also have access to the projects created in BIM 360. And Autodesk Build changes how you carry out construction projects, combining functionalities with simple but efficient tools to work on site. It allows to create connections between project data, which we get and generate, to get comprehensive image of the project progress. You can participate in the project and you can manage your data regardless of either you are owner or general contractor or subcontractor. And I hope that the information I have passed have been interesting. And if you wish to extend your knowledge on what are the benefits of using Autodesk Construction Cloud, please contact me with our company. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Let me check if we have any questions on chat. I cannot see any. So once again, thank you, Jakub. And now let me invite you to a short break, and after the break, we will have the last workshop.